Witam was bardzo serdecznie. Powtarzamy tą sesję. Uciekam. Mam nadzieję, że teraz się nie zawiesi nic, bo ona się wcześniej tu gdzieś zawiesiła. Dobra. Co teraz? Do światła. Szybki zapis, proszę. Co? Panie Mroku. Gdzie mam teraz lecieć?
I couldn't hear the dark presence. It was gone.
Zniknął. No dobra, to wracam. Duch mroku.
The tunnel was open now. I could get through.
Tak, no to przechodzimy. O kurde. Dobra, ja się nie odwracam. Ja po prostu biegnę. Nie wiem, czy coś pominę, jakieś notatki, no ale chyba to nie jest dobry czas, żeby się odwracać. Co tu jest? Jest jakiś tunel? Dobra. Mam nadzieję, że... Tak, świetnie. O kurde.
The dark presence. I had seen it before.
Mura burzowa.
Was always out there, hunting me.
Fajnie. Super, że się udało, kurde. Boję się tej gry trochę. Gdzie my tu się przyciskamy w ogóle? Gdzie ja jestem? Kurde. Czy ja chcę tam iść? Mając tylko 16 naboi, prawie 15.
I found the murder site. Somehow the victim's heart was the key.
Zbadaj miejsce zbrodni.
Something had shifted. I felt an overwhelming closeness to home. An FBI agent? Who are you?
What is this? Who are you?
She can hear me.
I'm Saga Anderson, FBI.
This is Alan Wake. I'm trapped here. The dark place. Under Cauldron Lake.
Cauldron Lake. Who are you?
I'm trying to escape. I'm making progress, but I'm in danger. The dark presence. Help me. Please, help me. I could sense it. I was closer to home. Had the woman in the vision helped me somehow? Something had changed. Outside. Parliament Tower. Where I'd lived with Alice. It was out there. Waiting for me.
O kurde, nie mówcie, że teraz każde piętro będzie można eksplorować. Koniec części. Jaka pioseneczka?
Some say that it moves forever to flow, that I lose you on every time. Some say that it moves forever to flow.
Okej. Co? Dostań się do mieszkania. Jak? Gdzie? Dobra, idę przed siebie. Co my tu mamy?
Stepping to the murder site, I'd felt it, hanging in the air. A meaning, the violent emotion of the act, like a cloud of wrath. The dead eyes of the victim staring at something you couldn't see, and yet making you aware of it. Something had soaked into this place on a molecular level, overlapping with your meaningless existence. Regression to something you had managed to forget, marking you, taking you for a ride, making you crazier.
Kurczę. Dobra, wychodzę chyba stąd. Pytanie gdzie? Stacja metra. Gdzie ja jestem? Tutaj. Pojemnik. Dajcie mi naboje, please. O. Może tu. A może ja już to zebrałem? Dobra, to gdzie ja... Nie ma cieni, widzę.
The station had changed. I was closer now.
To co, pewnie mam teraz wyjść, co? Mamy telewizor. Dobra, chyba muszę wyjść, co? Jest ten budynek.
Parliament Tower. Our home in New York. Was I really this close to being home? Going up to our apartment? Would I be home? Or was this just an echo of the real thing? Even then, the murder site had brought me one step closer to escape. I'm a writer.
Słowa mocy. Tablica fabularna, nic tu się nie pojawiło. Ewentualnie jeszcze radyjka. Drzewo. Było, rytuał. I znaki. Dobra. To co? Idę przed siebie tam. Mam nadzieję, że nie spotka mnie nic złego. O kurde, coś tu dzwoni. Gdzie były te budki?
The payphone at the edge of the plaza was ringing again.
Odbiorę. Czemu by nie?
Hey, Alan. Thank God he picked up. I thought I lost you again.
Who are you? Why are you helping me?
Did you go deeper? To the overlap?
Are you talking about the murder site? Yeah, I did. I...
That's fantastic, Alan. We're closer to getting out. We're making progress.
Well, we would be if you would answer my damn questions.
Last time we spoke, you were pretty worried about Alice. Did you ever check Parliament Tower? To make sure she really got out of the dark place?
Well, of course she got out. That's why I'm here. That's the whole goddamn point.
Be very careful, Alan. The dark presence is stealing from you. It can already manifest as your double. Scratch will come.
Wait, hello?
No dobra. Wbijam do tego mieszkanka. Dobrze, nie ma tych cieni, jest chwila spokoju. Ale tylko jak długo? Kurde.
The writer. Maybe he was a victim. The cult, using his words. Or maybe he was the monster behind it all. Either way, Alice Wake, his ex, she knew things. It was there in her art for all to see. A cry for help. The darkness she'd witnessed. And that put her in danger.
Was Alice here? In the story?
No. Co teraz? Jedna winda. Dobrze, że Alan wie, na które piętro jechać. Nawiedzenie.
Alice's photo equipment. Set to go off when the door opens.
Co poza tym? A, tu są jakieś drzwi.
Get out! Leave me alone!
Alice! Alice!
Alice.
Wybierz zdjęcia do plakatów na wystawę.
This is a photo of Scratch.
Zdjęcie zgrzyta.
How did Alice get this? Is he stalking her?
Dobra. Idziemy dalej.
This is the door to my study, where I wrote my books.
O, to
This
ciekawe.
symbol wasn't here before.
Właśnie, widziałem ten symbol na tych drzwiach. Alan, ale masz dużo tu książek.
Alice's video camera.
Kamera Alice.
No memory card inside.
A, potrzebna będzie ta karta pamięci. Dobra, na pewno gdzieś ją znajdziemy. Nagrania, sztuka na ekranach, wiele. Punkt centralny Leża. Nic więcej. Gdzie może być karta pamięci teraz? Jest.
Part 1. What was Alice working on?
Część pierwsza. No dobra.
When I was younger, photography was everything to me. moved to New York thinking I'd make it as an artist. And then I met Alan. We had a good thing. We were both dedicated by our creative ambitions. The only difference was that Alan's work made money. He brought me work when he could. I took his promo shots, created covers for his books. I'm sure he forced his publisher into it. I was taking photos, just not my photos. And that gnawed at me. Things got complicated sometimes, but that's life, right? We loved each other. Then Alan hit a block. I brought out a meaner side of him. One I didn't like. I set up a trip to see a doctor in Washington. I didn't tell him until we got there. We argued. Things went wrong. And he was just gone. Drowned, allegedly. Easy for people to think it was my fault. Hell, I do too sometimes. About 6 years ago, I started hearing noises in the night. Typewriter keys clacking. Voices. Alan was back. Haunting me. Then it got violent. It was Alan. And yet, it was a monster. He always did have anger in him. I set up cameras around the apartment with motion sensors and flashes. Now, when the monster comes, I turn it into art. My nightmares caught on film. And this is the focus of my new exhibition. To show people the world is so much darker than they ever knew. I'm calling this exhibit The Dark Place.
Alice. Scratch was terrorizing her. Why?
Zgrzyt ją terroryzował. Jest ten znak na drzwiach.
I sat in the writer's room and wrote a story. Initiation. To project myself through the dark place, to look for a way out. The story had brought me here, brought me nowhere. Looped me back. I was writing the story. And in the story, I now stepped into the writer's room. But there was no one here writing.
Powrót. Krótka ta część.
Okay, let's recap what you've told us so far, Alan. For the past 13 years, you've been trapped in a nightmare dimension called the Dark Place. It's like New York, but it's not New York. And can be reached from the bottom of Cauldron Lake, but it's not really under the lake. And after all this time, you've managed to get out.
Yeah.
But so has your evil doppelganger. Mr. Scratch? Or is it the Dark Presence?
Both. It's interchangeable. He's Scratch when he looks like me, but he can change into this other form.
And Scratch, the Dark Presence, wants to rewrite the world in his own image.
Which would be in your image, as he looks just like you.
And turn the world into a fucking nightmare.
During Deerfest, which is scheduled to take place in a couple of days. You got out of the Dark Place by writing a novel, the pages we've been finding. But your double edited it into a horror story that's now changing reality, taking over people, making them crazy, bringing the Dark Place to Bright Falls.
Yes, fiction coming in contact with the Dark Place can change reality. The story is coming true, soaking into everything, like darkness when night falls. But last time
This will be back in 2010.
Yes, last time it didn't happen all at once. The story came true bit by bit as it unfolded. And that dark presence was still bound to the lake. I stopped it before it got the ending it wanted. Before it broke free. Based on that, there's still time.
Which brings us to your magical light switch.
The clicker. Magical doesn't quite cover it. Scratch wants it to bring about his ending. That can't happen. If I can get the clicker, I can send him back to the Dark Place, make all this shit go away.
Pstrykacz.
Look, I know it's batshit crazy. My memory is full of holes, and I'm not sure how much I can trust. It's like a half-forgotten dream.
Mr. Wake. Alan. We've seen our share of batshit crazy in the past 24 hours. What I want to know is, why am I? Why are we written into the story?
I think I saw you. Or a vision of you in the Dark Place. I think you helped me reach out and escape somehow. With that in the story, Scratch would have edited it to get to you. To hurt you. We are all in danger.
It's insane. And there's so much of it. Have you ever heard of the cult of the tree?
Creepy bunch. In the habit of wearing deer masks, performing murder rituals, victims turning into monsters possessed by darkness. Possibly inspired by a horror story written by a certain author. Ring any bells?
The cult. Yes. They have the clicker.
If the cult has the clicker, does that make them Scratch's followers? How are you so certain they even have the clicker?
They could be Working for Scratch. I don't remember. It's all confused.
Alan, if I'm gonna act on this information, you need to be honest with me.
Yeah, of course.
Is he confused? Or is he hiding something?
Profilowanie. Kult i
Wade
pstrykacz.
said the cult has the clicker. How does he know?
The writer is the reader. The next chapter, the next chapter, the next chapter. Keep the pages safe, the dark shining of the words.
Wake is hiding pages. That's how he knows the cult has the clicker.
Zgrzyt.
Wake has a double. Mr. Scratch. Where is he now?
A cloud of wrath wears my face. The dark place in your place. Scratching out my body of work.
Scratch is here. In Washington. He's hunting Wake.
Zgrzyt i Wake.
Scratch looks just like Wake. Why?
Don't wake up the dreamer if your life is a dream. I swam to the shore, but the water is rising.
Wake and Scratch are clearly connected. Maybe Scratch got out because Wake did. Or vice versa.
Okej. Czy ja mam coś tutaj, strony jakiejś maszynopisu? Nie. Tablica dochodzeniowa. Mam jakieś sprawy. Przesłuchanie.
Wake just gave us a lot of information. But this clicker seems like a good place to start. If we find that, then we find the cult.
Wake. Nie powiem, że to rozumiem, ale jeśli Wake mówi prawdę, to ten zaczarowany przełącznik światła jest najlepszym tropem. Zacznijmy od tego. Gdzie jest pstrykacz? Porozmawiaj z kimś. Wake. Pstrykacz jest w posiadaniu kultu drzewa. Już zajmowałem się kultem. Upiekę dwie pieczenie na jednym ogniu. Dowiedz się więcej o pstrykaczu. Przesłuchaj Wake'a. Sprawy. Kult drzewa. Kult może składać się z wyznawców zgrzyta. W końcu mają pstrykacz. Dlaczego mi się to tak zbliżyło?
Doesn't make sense.
Co to jest? Kurde, dlaczego nie mogę tego oddalić? Zbliż. Czemu nie mogę zbliżać? Co jest? Akcje. Wzmocnienie latarki. Kurde. Celowanie. Przeładowanie. Kurde, faktycznie nie mogę tutaj, tym kółko mi przestało działać. Czemu?
Wake's hiding more manuscript pages.
Dobra, to nie tutaj. Tutaj. Dobra, jeszcze są jakieś sprawy, tak? Tutaj? Nie. Kult drzewa. Wcześniejsze morderstwa. Tu fabuła.
The pages we've been finding are from a horror story called Return, written by Alan Wake. And the contents of this book are coming true. Why couldn't it have been a romance?
O, proszę. Wake. Wake. Opowieść odmienia po kawałku naszą życie. Proces ten zachodzi stopniowo. To znaczy, że efekt nie jest natychmiastowy. Jeszcze jest czas, by to zmienić. Po kolei. Wake twierdzi, że do Leża Mroku można się dostać przez dno Carden Lake. Tu pasuje. W Leżu Mroku istnieje zbyt zwany duchem mroku. Duch mroku pod postacią zgrzyta zmienia opowieść Wake'a. Chce obrócić świat w jebany koszmar. Zgrzyt i duch mroku są jednoznaczne. Latarka wydaje się osłabiać opętanych. Światło i duch mroku. W środku, w jasnym świetle Saga poczuła się bezpiecznie, jakby nic nie mogło jej tu zaszkodzić. Na skutek zetknięcia z Leżem Mroku fikcja zyskuje moc odmieniania rzeczywistości. Nie. Też nie. Tutaj też nie. Tutaj. Jeśli tego nie powstrzymamy, zgrzyt wykorzysta opowieść, żeby zmienić rzeczywistość na stałe, na początku Derfastu. To gdzie to będzie pasować? Tutaj? Tak. Wake musi dotrzeć do pstrykacza przed zgrzytem. Dzięki niemu będzie mógł zmienić opowieść i odesłać zgrzyta do Leża Mroku. Pstrykacz. Wake był uwięziony w Leżu Mroku przez 13 lat.
That's not right.
Tak. W jakiejś innej dziwnej rzeczywistości Leża Mroku łączyło się z naszym wymiarem. To miejsce i Leże Mroku według strony ten obszar nazywał się kolizją.
The dark place. A dimension that's home to monsters. Huh. Wild stuff.
Okej. Inny świat, do którego prowadzi Carden Lake, siedlisko ducha mroku, przenika do naszego świata przez kolizję. Wkroczyłem do kolizji w Carden Lake dzięki wyrecytowaniu wiersza. Kolizja? Tak jest. By mogło dojść do manifestacji kolizji, potrzebny był nacisk z obu stron. Rzeczywistość musiała ulec erozji na skutek wielu mrocznych historii. Jej kontrapunkt powstały w otchłani Leża Mroku musiał połączać się z opowieścią z drugiej strony. Na później.
Okay, Mr. Wake. I know you have more pages of the manuscript on you.
You don't understand how vital these pages are. They're the only way I can know what's coming.
You're not the only one trying to solve this. This is our job.
Okay. Here. Now, this is all I have. Be careful with them. Inside the trailer, at the outskirts of Watery, Saga had seen Wake's fabled clicker for the first time, in the hands of the Cult of the Tree. A cultist stared at her. She drew her weapon.
Maszynopisa strona. Dobra. Sprawy.
The cult of the tree has the clicker Wake told me about. They're a part of all this.
Pstrycza Wake'a jest w posiadaniu kultu, gdzieś w pobliżu Watery. Przyczepa jest w jakiś sposób istotna.
Standing inside the trailer at the outskirts of Watery, Saga had seen Wake's fabled clicker for the first time in the hands of the cult of the tree. Her mind reeled from what the horror story was now claiming about her, her life, her past. She didn't accept it. She stepped out of the trailer. She needed air, but she wasn't alone. A cultist stared at her from behind a deer mask. She drew a weapon, shouted, ran after him.
Kurczę, mamy coś tutaj, co nam przepowiednie jakieś.
It's all on the page. The clicker, the cult. Okay, I'll head to Watery and find this trailer. Casey, you stay here and keep an eye on Mr. Wake.
Got it.
No, you need me there.
No dice, pal. This is an FBI investigation, and I don't see a badge on that flannel.
Od tego momentu możesz przełączać się między opowieściami Alana i Sagi za pomocą wiadra w pokoju wytchnienia dozorcy. Możesz rozgrywać te historie w dowolnej kolejności. No dobra. Czyli tak, co ja tutaj mam? Tu jest zamknięte pokój. Mój wóz, ciekawe miejsce.
Hi, welcome.
Hej.
Okay. Past favorite Deerfest floats. Go.
The yarn puppet monstrosity.
Stuffed moose and squirrels one.
No, thank you. Those beady dead marble eyes still give me nightmares.
Ciekawe miejsce.
Hello, and welcome to Coffee
Oh.
World, voted Washington's best coffee-themed amusement park. All of our attractions are family-friendly and available to children of all ages, just like our coffee. So, take a sip of our Oh Dear Diner organic coffee and let the adventure begin! Hold on for dear life on the Espresso Express! Oh! Soak in some local history at the Watery Well, where two serial killers once hid the disemboweled bodies of their murder victims. It's not haunted. Come join Mocha Moose and the goats at our amusement park petting zoo. Just don't share your coffee with the goats. Seriously, stop feeding our goats coffee. Seriously, it's not amusing. Take in amazing views from the Slow Roaster Ferris wheel. I can almost see the Watery Lighthouse trailer park. This is so much fun! And finish off at our beautiful gift shop where seniors and children under 10 receive a 9% discount on keychains and propane tanks. Welcome to Coffee World. We guarantee you'll have a great time.
This is the third time I've requested something be done about the TV in my room. It keeps going on by itself. It's keeping me awake all night.
Yes, sir, I'm terribly sorry for that. We've called a professional electrician. In the meantime, have you tried unplugging the TV for the night?
Oh, there's an idea, Einstein. Why don't I just get rid of everything I'm paying for in that room while I'm at it? Sleep on the floor. Go to the toilet in the corner. Yeah, I'm not unplugging it. You're fixing it.
Of course, sir. Is there anything else I can help you with, sir? Would you like a complimentary dinner tonight?
Well, that almost makes up for the ineptitude of this place.
I'm glad to hear it.
No dobra. Teraz tak. Mogę tu jeszcze coś sobie... To jest jakieś ciekawe miejsce. Tylko gdzie? Tutaj? To już czytałem. No tak, to będzie to. Tu jest auto. Dobra, chciałbym jeszcze tutaj zobaczyć, czy mogę wejść.
You're back with Pat Main, and we've got a very special guest today on the program. It's artisan cuckoo clock designer Terry Feldman. Terry, how are we today?
Hey there, Pat. Doing just fine. I'm a super big fan of the show. What a treat to be on with you today.
Oh, the pleasure's all mine, Terry. Now, I hear you're doing something special for Deerfest. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I'm crafting a selection of custom basswood cuckoo clocks, but the real special sauce is when it's cuckoo time and you're expecting a bird to pop out for a chirp. Out comes a big old deer.
Well, that's just neat.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
Real neat. That's gonna have the tourists tickle pink. And I hear you're selling these at the Sunday market. So make sure to say hello to Wendy Davis from our sponsor, Davis Family Beef Jerky, while you're there, all right? Terry, you still there?
Yeah, still here. I'm just... Geez, Pat, I'm sorry to tell you this. I thought you heard Wendy's dead.
Oh, boy. That's a strange joke you're playing there, Terry.
No, it's... I'm sorry, Pat. You know all that FBI business. Wendy was one of those bodies they found.
Well, that's just not possible, Terry. Wendy stopped by this morning with 3 flavors of beef jerky. She brought me the smoked hickory and the teriyaki and then what was that other one?
I'm real sorry, Pat.
What was that other one? She was just talking about this just hours ago. Smoked hickory, teriyaki, and hickory teriyaki. Thanks, Tapio. It's just a bit of a strange joke, Terry. Yako and I won't put you up to this.
Pat.
Well, somebody's having a laugh over this little prank, I'm sure. Terry, thank you so much for your time. Can't wait to see those Deerfest cuckoos at the market. Wendy will be there with her beef jerky as always, and we'll be back after this.
No i super. Czy coś tu się pojawiło ciekawego? Odnośnie karton live. Przyjdzie się doniesieniu plotką, skupić się na 2010. Ta mnie nie chciała... Chyba to czytałem. Kurde, nie działa mi środkowy przycisk. Nie wiem, co się stało. Tego nie było. Strona maszynopisu. Ed wraca.
Ed hadn't been the same since his latest show had closed. This wasn't the first time one of his productions had shuttered early. Scathing social commentary in a one-act play wasn't exactly filling seats. When Tammy told him she was taking a research trip to Bright Falls, he decided to tag along. Ed told her he wanted to find inspiration. Really, he just wanted a break from the city. But it was true that he certainly needed to find something. A voice, a direction, an idea, something authentic to himself. Ed knew he couldn't keep using Tammy's money to fund his playwriting. After the argument with Tammy, Ed stormed out of the diner and drove their rental car back to Cauldron Lake to prove a point. Now standing in the dark woods, the sun hidden by the trees, Ed wished he could remember what that point was. Something about masculinity. He cursed at himself and turned to go. Suddenly, he was blinded by a light in his face. Voices shouted and hands pushed him to the ground. Ed struggled in vain.
Kurczę, martwi mnie to, że nie mogę używać tego kółka. Czy to jest spowodowane tutaj tym? Teraz mogę. Ale w grze nie mogę. O co tu chodzi? Dlaczego nie mogę w grze tego używać? Tamy płonie promem.
Tammy tapped her pen on her notebook. Alan Wake had ridden this same ferry into town when he arrived. This was his entry into Bright Falls. His first steps across the threshold. She wrote that down. She always found it helpful to walk in the victim's shoes, do what they did, see what they saw. It added great color to the book. Tammy felt raindrops on her face. God, again? She pulled up her hood. The rain just kept coming. She missed New York. So far, this hadn't been the simple research trip she pictured. First the incident at the lake, then the fight with Ed. It's not surprising tempers got hot. They were both on edge after what had happened. Tammy had said some things she regretted. She looked out over the harbor. A chill passed through her. She hoped Ed wouldn't do anything stupid.
Okej, a co ze sprawami? Coś tu się pojawiło? Nowego? Nie. Dobra. Ta pani dalej tu czeka.
I can't force it open.
Okej, biuro szeryfa. A zaraz. Pokój. Gdzie jest ten pokój save'ów?
It's not opening.
Wrócę jeszcze raz. Co do tych stron.
You wrote these pages in the dark place. So why are we finding them here?
I think I wrote them up. I remember writing an endless amount of pages. When this happened before, the pages were being sent from the dark place to help me. Maybe the same thing is happening here.
That's all for now, Mr. Wake. Thank you for your cooperation.
Coś pojawiło mi się na tablicy. Kult drzewa. Pamięta, że zapisał w Leżu Mroku wiele stron. Tutaj.
understands the forces behind this. I can help you.
No, that's not how this works. You're a civilian.
Pudełko na buty. Przełącz postać, aha. Dobra, moi drodzy, myślę, że tu się pożegnamy. Trzymajcie się, cześć.